Welcome to the Quantum Mama podcast, where frequency meets faith, science meets spirit, and motherhood becomes a portal to divine expansion. Hosted by Katelyn Simmons, a Jesus-loving, frequency-healing, free birth mama on a mission to help you heal your body, align your energy, and unlock true abundance, inside and out. Each week, she dives into holistic health, nervous system wisdom, quantum biology, faith-filled manifestation, and frequency-based living, all through the lens of motherhood, entrepreneurship, authenticity, and walking boldly in your God-given purpose. Because you weren't made to just survive. You were made to thrive, vibrantly, authentically, wildly, and in total alignment. Let's recalibrate. Let's expand. Let's do life the Quantum Mama way.
Hey, it's Katelyn. Welcome to another episode of the Quantum Mama podcast. Today, we are going to be diving into the AOScan technology. This is the technology that you've already heard about a little bit throughout these first episodes. And I want to just put this right at the beginning so that if anyone is ever wondering, what is this technology that I keep talking about? How could I use it? Is this something that would fit into my life? And just answer the commonly asked questions that I get all the time on social media, when people are considering joining my team, when people are considering signing up for the subscription and giving it a try. So this episode should be like the ultimate FAQ about the AOScan and just information so you know what it is I'm talking about, because I know I've already touched on it in the first 3 episodes. So let's dive in. What is the AOScan? The AOScan is a bioresonance technology that scans your body for hundreds and hundreds, I think it's thousands of things, thousands of things, to see what is out of balance. So when we go back to learning about what frequency is, we have a specific frequency for everything within our body, from the top of our head down to our toes. Our eyes have a frequency. Each of our teeth have frequencies, our nerves have frequencies, and those frequencies have been documented for the, population of what is a healthy frequency. And so when we see what a healthy frequency of a liver should be, we can then compare that to a frequency that is dysresonant and see how someone's liver is doing energetically at a frequency level. So you have the ability to run practitioner grade bioresonance scans when you have this subscription, the AOScan, which is super cool because when I first started, if you don't know my story, I had a brick and mortar practice. I was struggling with my own health and emotional stuff. And on my journey, I kept learning and learning more with the desire to also help other people. I've always known that I was put on this earth to help other people. I've known that that is a calling on my life. I could have never predicted how things have turned out now. I used to think that in high school, I thought that I would be doing music therapy. I thought, because I played the piano, I played the cello. I was in my high school's orchestra, and I played the piano at a retirement home in the health center. And I saw how playing the piano just for an hour for these people who were sick helped their mood. I would go in and I would play songs back to back for an hour, and you could feel, I didn't know how to talk about it. I didn't really know to say energy, but you could feel the mood and the energy and the countenance and just everything about these people shift by the end. And I mean, it would shift from people being grouchy and in the corners or waiting outside. Just remember seeing people kind of lingering, waiting to come in or asking someone to wheel them in their wheelchairs, to those same people who were really standoffish and not doing good, maybe yelling, maybe just having a tough day, be the ones by the end coming up to me at the piano, wheeling over my feet and just trying to talk to me while I was playing. And I've never had the gift of being able to play the piano and talk at the same time. I have to read the music. I don't play by ear. That would be awesome. I would love to play by ear, but I have to read the music. And so, anyways, back then I knew I wanted to do something to help people, which ended up being I started massage therapy school at the age of 18. Right out of high school, I started learning massage therapy. I signed up for the holistic health practitioner program at the closest massage school. Unfortunately, that program no longer exists, but it was really incredible and just showed me, it really was the first foundational teachings I got on how the body worked. We had to learn every system of the body. We had to memorize the origin and insertion of muscles. We had to memorize the muscles. We had to understand, we dove into the fascia. My teacher was really incredible. He was an awesome guy, and he really did a good job every time he planned a lesson for us. So that was kind of my start. And, we got into the spa side of things. I loved the spa setting. Then that led me to thinking, oh, someday I'm going to open up a spa. I'm going to open up a wellness spa. I want it to be by the ocean. Who knows? That might still be in the future someday. That is something that I still think about and dream about. But I didn't think massage therapy would be where I stopped with that kind of training. I thought it would be something that would help me earn an income to be able to then work my way through college to become an acupuncturist or a chiropractor. I was really more leaning toward acupuncture back then, not knowing how much that was rooted in energy. And it has just evolved since then. And I have gotten to help lots of different people in lots of different ways over the years. And the more people I've gotten to speak with, the more courses I've gotten to take, the more certifications I've gone through, the more I've seen that the body is energy. And I've also grown to see it's much more valuable to be able to empower people. And I feel my calling on my specific life, everyone's different. Some people are really, really incredible one-on-one providers, and that's where they're supposed to be. But I want you to know, if you've ever had the desire to help people on a larger scale, and to help empower people, this is the episode for you. I really truly believe that we are just at the brink of how big this is about to blow up. I really believe that this technology is going to be in the hands of millions of people, and I want to help spread the word for that, because every person, when you think of the book Power versus Force, I know I've mentioned it in other episodes already, but by Dr. David Hawkins, and he talks about the scale of consciousness. Every time we can help someone raise their vibration, and every time we can help someone shift their frequency and their energy, we're not just helping that one person, we're helping multiple people. And I want to see that on a wide scale. And I know that there's many other people who also want to see that. And there's many other people who know there's something else that they're waiting for. They've been praying for an answer. Whether you're already a practitioner and you're looking for ways to get out of the model you're in, maybe you want to just expand or grow or scale, or you've never started a business, you've never earned an income in this kind of way that's very entrepreneurial, and you've been curious. I want you to listen to this and just have an open mind. And, this obviously isn't for every single person to join me in the business, but I do believe that the AOScan technology is for every person. So I'll talk from both sides where you can try to envision this being a part of your life, whether you're going to be sharing it with others actively or not, whether you're just using it for your family and your kids and your pets. And I really do want to speak to the moms as well, especially becoming a new mom. I see how valuable this is, and I see how much it's already helped me as a mom. And I cannot imagine being a mom without it. I really cannot. I use it every day for my baby. I use it every day for myself. And I can tell you, I think I would be much more easily overstimulated. I think that I would not have enough energy to do all of the things that we do together. And I don't know how I would support her in a lot of the ways that I'm supporting her. So let's dive in. Let's talk about it. I want to talk about kind of just first give you an overview of how I'm using this in my day-to-day life. So, for example, I optimize my body my husband's body and my baby's body and multiple other extended family members within 6 minutes every morning. I press a button and a bioresonance scan goes for all of us at the same time, and it's keeping us all separate, and then it's optimizing us. So when you think of a traditional bioresonance scan, all it's doing is looking for those frequencies that are in or out of balance, right? We talked about how a healthy liver will have a good resonant frequency and a sick liver will not. Same for everything else in the body. We can see if it's a chronic issue, acute, inflamed, what's going on from a certain point. Most bioresonance technology, the $15,000 bioresonance technology I had in my practice previously, in my in-person practice, only showed me what was out of balance, gave me these huge long printouts that I would have to look through and figure out a plan. And then at the end, it would also tell me what supplements this person needed based on what was in the scan. But using critical thinking skills and practitioner knowledge, I would take that and look at everything we saw and put together this whole thing. I don't do that anymore. I don't think that's the best use of my time, obviously. And now we have the AOScan, which just totally... When I got the AOScan, I still was paying the subscription. It wasn't just $15,000. It was also a subscription. I was still paying on that, and I really quickly canceled that as soon as I could and switched over to the AOScan. And so what's so incredible and what blew me away and what made me buy, back then, I had to buy a device for the AOScan. I couldn't just log in like a subscription like you can now. So I bought the device, signed up that day, because I saw that it was optimizing everything. So whether we did a supplement protocol or not, whether we made lifestyle changes or not, that subscription, the AOScan, is sending optimizing and balancing frequencies to nudge all those places that were out of balance. Imagine like a scale. If your brain is really low and doing bad, then the AOScan sends in these optimizing frequencies and can bring it back to balance within a scan. So a lot of people, some people are not as sensitive, and sometimes it takes time to, start to be noticing the shifts. And I always encourage people to journal as they're starting to use this, like journal what you're feeling. This way you can look back and see how much has shifted, because a lot of it is hard to remember, because when you start feeling good, you feel good. You don't want to be thinking about how bad you are feeling. When you're feeling good, you're not thinking about, oh yeah, I don't have a headache today, or I've only had 2 headaches this week versus 7. So a lot of times though, if you're in a situation like when I've been sick, when I've had a cold, when I've felt nauseous, when I've had pain, when I've whatever, if I run a scan, a lot of that can resolve by the end of the scan in 6 minutes. And that is a consistent thing that I hear over and over from people. So in a nutshell, that's kind of the main thing, is you're having this technology that you would normally have to go to a practitioner. You would have to drive to them or set up a virtual appointment if they have the technology that can be virtual. A lot of them you have to be in person. Mine was very difficult to do my previous technology was very difficult to do a distance scan, because I would have to ship the equipment out and then learn all this stuff. And it was right on the verge of getting that set up. And I'm so glad God came in with the AOScan when he did, because it just took away me needing to even pursue that at all, because now I could just run a scan without a hassle, easily, just inputting some information about my client. So you may have had a scan where you had to send in a clip of your hair, or you had to send in, I think I've heard of nails and spit. Like there's different ones where they ask you to send in something. You don't have to do this with the AOScan, so it simplifies it so much. Every practitioner that I've spoken to who has started using the AOScan that has previous experience with other bioresonance, they are so blown away by the AOScan with how simple it is to use, with how much support there is, with how good our customer service is, and with how much it's doing and how little you have to do to set it up. Okay, so let me, again, keep walking you through my day. Scan and optimize the whole family. Everyone gets that frequency upgrade in the morning. Easy for me to do because all I do is press a button. I let it run and I don't have to be like glued to my phone while I'm trying to hang out with my baby. Then usually now I have to do this while I'm multitasking. I'll put on, because my baby loves to pull my headset off, but when you purchase the bundle that I recommend, so when you sign up, you get this awesome bundle that comes with tools that just magnify your results with the subscription. I highly recommend, if you can swing it, do it when you sign up, because you're going to get just hit the ground running. So it's a bone transducing headset, which is different than the headset I'm wearing right now to be able to hear myself while I'm talking to you. It's different than earbuds. It's not like AirPods. It's a bone transducing headset, and it's specifically made to work incredibly with the AOScan. When you put this on and you listen to your sound therapy, so not only do you get bioresonance, you also get sound therapy within the subscription. You feel it right here in front of your temples. If you're just listening to the audio, I'm pointing to my upper cheekbones. It sits right in front of your ears. And you feel the frequencies in your bones. And you can wear them while you're doing your scan as well. You feel the frequencies because it's sending those optimizing frequencies to your body to bring balance, right? Then when you listen to your sound therapy, it's those more tones, more frequencies to bring more balance to your body. And oh my goodness, this is called inner voice, and it's voice analysis technology, essentially. When you listen to your inner voice, I'll tell you what I feel. I feel peace. I feel calm. I feel my creativity increase. I feel any kind of, if I feel out of it, if I feel emotional, if I feel overwhelmed, I turn on those tones and they bring me back. They bring me back to balance. It's incredible. So a lot of times I'll just stick on my headset, and you can get your full benefit of your sound therapy within 5 minutes. Put them on while my baby is doing something else. If she's doing some independent play, if she's in the kitchen playing, her latest thing has been to go into the fridge and look at the raw milk carton and say, moo, 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 and talk about the cows. It's so cute. So that's been her latest thing. So I'll put that on and listen to my inner voice. This way she can't rip it off my head. And we haven't quite learned, we haven't taught exactly how to not do that yet. That'll be coming. And in 5 minutes, it's done, and it's incredible. And then I'll play hers out loud. So it's best, it's amplified, it's most beneficial when you wear your bone transducing headset. So that's why I encourage people, get the bundle. But it also works incredibly well when you just play it out loud. So a lot of my moms with nonverbal kids or kids with sensitivities will play it out loud really quietly, and they still see the shift. This is why you can play the sound therapy for your pets, because you can do the bioresonance scans and the sound therapy for your pet. You don't have to collect your pet's voice. It's going to scan them and know what to do just based on electromagnetic frequencies and, I forget what they're all called. But the technology behind it, it's scanning your pet and will spit out those custom frequencies for your pet. And you just play them out loud. People text me all the time. They're like, Katelyn, you're not going to believe me. You're going to think I'm crazy, but my cat is sitting on the phone when those tones play. Or my dog came over and wanted to lay on it when I was running a scan. Now, that's a normal text to get. The craziest one I've ever gotten, Jillian, if you're listening, it still blows my mind. I wish I could share. I wish I could just share your video. It's so cool. She sent me a video. This is one of my friends, my QLAs. She was talking about how a spider, she was playing her tones on her device. You have your phone sitting out and it's going. And the spider crawled over to go on it while it was optimizing. It attracted it to it. Now, I'm not saying you're going to attract bugs into your life. It's just the spider was already there. And creation is drawn to healing. Creation is drawn to truth. Creation is drawn to good frequency and good energy. We learn about this even in the emotion code book and in the emotion code certification. Dr. Bradley Nelson talks about how, and I think it's his daughter and his son who also teach in the certification, they talk about how as you start to learn these different types of things, where specifically they're talking about the emotion code, your muscle testing, and you can release trapped emotions. Animals sense that and want to come to you and want you to release emotions from them, because it's not just humans that have emotions. Animals experience emotions as well. So it's just cool to see this where it's not something you can say is a placebo when you see animals drawn to it, all of creation drawn to it. It's really profound to me to think about that. Okay. So we've got the inner voice, the sound therapy, and that's something I used to do. That was something I survived off of. That was the first thing that really, really, really made a huge difference for me, because I had been paying close to $300 a session to go to a psychologist, talk therapy. I think that's what they're called, a psychologist, for talk therapy. But the main reason I was going to her was because she had a voice analysis technology and I could get custom sound therapy. It was only a few minutes that I got to listen to, and I didn't get to take it home. I had to drive, I don't know if it was 30 to 45 minutes to get to her, depending on traffic. Everything in San Diego is like 20 to 30 minutes. And then if there's traffic, it's like 45 or more. And it helped me, but there was no way to make that sustainable. Close to $300 for one session, and to go as much as I would have wanted to go would have been crazy. Couldn't afford that back then. Or even now, that would be ridiculous to try to pay for that. So when I saw that the AOScan had this voice analysis technology that could scan my voice, scanning over 10,000 different frequencies, pitches, and tones within my voice, and then give me custom tones to listen to that would release trapped emotions, bring balance to my brain, increase my creativity, help me overcome all of the turmoil I had, anxiety, depression, PTSD. And I felt that changing me every time I listen. I was listening to that on repeat, like all day long. I was making new playlists like multiple times a day. And I will give you a little warning. If you start with the AOScan, I would say go a little slower than I did. Don't listen to all of this stuff. Don't go overboard, because you are initiating your body to do what it was designed to do. And when you initiate things to start happening, your body's going to want to restore and to flush stuff out and to release emotions and start that process of bringing balance, of getting back to homeostasis. And so in the holistic root cause world, we often call that like a Herxheimer reaction, or we call that a detox reaction or a healing crisis. And it's not super common to go into that when you're using the AOScan, because it is very gentle. It's subtle energies. It's not like blasting intense rife frequencies at your body and then feeling miserable. It's not like a lot of the things that are out there on the market, because it's so gentle, but you can feel a lot. Like you can definitely push yourself into something. So I just want to warn you, like just a little bit, like just do what's recommended to start and then listen to your body. If you are craving it so much, there can be, special circumstances where you feel like, I have to listen. This is what's getting me through the day. It's the only thing stopping me from having a panic attack. And it's, then do it. But I just want to say that, like, we're all unique. We're all bio-individual. And we each need a little bit of a different approach, which is so incredible with the AOScan, because you can do that. You can start with just one scan. You could start with just doing inner voice for 5 minutes a day and see massive change, and then add in one more thing at a time. And I want you to think about that too as we're diving into more. This is going to sound like it's too good to be true. Honestly, that's always what people tell me. This is going to sound like, how is there so much in the AOScan? How is this even possible? And it's possible because of the heart behind SoulX. Oh, can we talk about that for a minute? Okay. I thought getting into this holistic world and starting to go to these conferences and events and learning new things and meeting new people, I thought that the people involved in the holistic health world would be, it's already a very small percentage of people. I thought that these people would be the most loving, kind, high vibe, like incredible, just 1% of the 1%, the people that are there to just change the world. When I went to a lot of these events, I was severely disappointed. I didn't feel like I found my people, and I didn't feel the heart behind it. I felt greed, and I felt ickiness, and I felt just not what I wanted to feel. And then I was hesitant to go to a SoulX event because I didn't want to ruin it. I was like, I love the AOScan so much. I don't want to meet all these people and meet the company and the owners and be disappointed. What if they're different than they are on camera? What if they're different than they seem? I was pleasantly surprised. And that's why I'm going to Day of Discovery again this year. So Day of Discovery is an event that SoulX puts on. It's an in-person event once a year in the US. They're starting to branch out and do more in-person events around the world. Like they just had one in Amsterdam. They're going to do one in Ecuador. They've done them in Australia. So this is a global thing. It's expanding globally right now. We're not open in every single country, but stick around because we will be. I mean, you can get the subscription in every country. You just can't necessarily be a part of the business yet in every country, but I do believe that's coming because we've already expanded. Like we're in the UK, Canada, Australia, Mexico, the US. So, but when I went to this event with my mom, I was 6 weeks pregnant. I just found out I was pregnant. And I remember looking at my mom and just being like, do you feel that? We both felt it. And it was like the confirmation we needed that this was the place to be. These were the people to be around. And then we got to meet Lauren and meet Kai and meet Shelby and meet the people behind AOScan, meet the customer service team, meet Jake, who does all of the production, just getting to meet everybody. Now there's more incredible people with Solex too that we've gotten to meet later on. But that first event that we went to, that was exactly what I had envisioned to feel before. That is what I had hoped to feel at other health conferences and other events and other companies. That's what I wanted to feel behind the CEO and the creator of the incredible technologies out there. Love for other people, a heart to change the world, and I didn't feel any greed. And that was the biggest thing for me. You can feel that these people behind the AOScan, behind this company, want you to succeed, and they want you to heal and grow and benefit. And so anyways, that's just a side note. Like that's when I got really excited about the AOScan even more so. It amplified it for me. And then that's when I decided, I was like, okay, I want to be a leader in this company. I want to give this everything I've got. I don't want to have a practice anymore. I just want to get this into as many hands of as many people as I possibly can, and then bring along with me anyone else who wants to do that too. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm sharing about this. That's why I talk about the AOScan all the time. That's why it's such a huge part of everything on my pages and what I talk about and what I do. It's just, there's so many good things I can say about the company and say about the product and how many testimonies come through on a consistent basis. So you've got your scans, you've got your inner voice. This is bioresonance technology. You've got the sound therapy. Oh, and that's where I was kind of going with this, I think, was the heart behind Solex and inner voice. Inner voice was developed by Lauren Swenson. Basically, this was a separate thing. So the AOScan originally was a $38,000 bioresonance technology. So it was kind of like everything I've been talking about. You would have to go to a practitioner, go to someone who had it, use it there. It was not available like it is now until 2021 or late 2020. And from what I've heard, the heart behind it was to get specifically just inner voice into the hands of as many people as possible because of what was going on in 2020. People needed the emotional support. So that's where Lauren had the heart to make this available, where it wasn't such a high-priced item. It was something that anyone and everyone could have access to. And that is where the AOScan subscription was born. People ask me a lot, what does AO stand for? And it stands for Alpha and Omega. And now we have within the AOScan subscription, it's just transformed since then. I jumped in July 2021. So I am officially 4 years into this, over 4 years now. And it just keeps getting better and better. We have more in the AOScan subscription than was in the big $38,000 device. So let's keep going into what you get when you use this AOScan subscription and how I use it in my daily life. So another thing that I do is I scan myself to see what supplements I need that day and what amounts. So you've probably seen there's tech out there where you can do this for essential oils. There is like the bioresonance I had before. I could see what supplements someone needed, but it's never been in this way. As far as I know, from everything I've researched and looked up, there's never been something where you can literally put in everything and anything you want without any bias. So I loved hearing from Lauren at one of our Day of Discoveries. He talked about how they will never upload other companies' supplements into the scanner because that's a whole business. If you've ever wondered why you get recommended certain company supplements when you go to a certain practitioner with their certain bioresonance, a lot of times it's because the supplement company paid the bioresonance company to be uploaded to get recommended. That feels a little icky to me. So you have total control over what supplements go into your supplement and modality library. So it's not just supplements. You can scan for your supplements, things like if you should use your prana mat, if you should use your PEMF mat, if you should ground, if you should go get the sun. What is the highest and best for you? What do you need that day in what dose? So you upload multiple dosages, multiple options of each thing. Then when you scan 10 seconds, 5 seconds, you get a printout of your top things and you'll see exactly what you need. So this has helped save so much money for so many people not needing to be on these huge protocols. Because I don't know if you've ever noticed, there can be days where, like, let's say you got put on like a 6 to 8 week protocol, and there's those days where you just like, you can't stomach taking them. Sometimes that's your body speaking, saying you don't actually need them or need all of them. And I learned that when I learned that with the AOScan, it really shifted my paradigm in how I was helping clients. I didn't feel comfortable creating supplement protocols for clients anymore. And it helped me see that there was another way. We don't need to always have $600 to $800 worth of supplements told for us to buy to take the same amounts every day. The body is unique and the body fluctuates and the body is very individual. And so I'll just leave it at that. It's powerful. It saves you money. It puts, we all love to say this here at Solex, it puts the practitioner in your pocket. And I love practitioners. I'm not saying don't go to your practitioner. I'm not saying, don't listen to people who have been trained in things. I'm just saying it's really nice to have a little muscle tester with no bias in your back pocket that can tell you what you're resonating with. And it's not going to lie to you. It's going to tell you what your body, what your cells, what your frequency is asking for to bring you into balance, which is so, so cool. So then I'll take what's on there. And a lot of times what I've noticed is a lot of the things that show up for me now are really heavy on the modality side, and then frequencies that are already already uploaded into the scanner of frequencies for homeopathics or detoxes. And so then a lot of times I don't even take anything physical, and I'll put a cup of water on the scanner and just imprint those, the ones that showed up I needed, drink the water, and I'm good to go. So that's pretty neat and pretty cool. And I love that part of it. And then let's see, where should we go next with the scanner? You've got multiple ways to scan your body and see what's going on. So if you really want to get some good pictures of what's happening in your body energetically and things that you can start to do to shift that, there are other scans. So you can read your scans, but specifically within the body system scan, this is an additional one that you would do outside of your just typical daily bioresonance tune-up. It's going to give you a breakdown of like what the different causes are for specific systems. So like your lymphatic system, you'll see pathogen, what lymph node areas are, a specific cause, emotional connections. But then what's so cool is you see suggestions specific to you for supplements you could take, things that you could do, practical lifestyle tips so that you can actually take action on fixing whatever's out of balance. So if like I have a sluggish lymphatic system, you can go run that body systems panel for just the lymphatic system, scan it and optimize it, and then just go right down and look at, okay, what is it telling me I need? Is it massage? Is it acupuncture? Is it walking? Is it water? Is it minerals? Whatever it is. Okay, the other cool parts within the body system scan is they've now given us a hormone panel. So you can see which hormones are too high or too low or just right. You can look for trends. You can optimize your hormones multiple times a day. I've loved this. So many people have loved this. It's such a great tool to have. And then you also have a chemistry panel, which is nice and easy to read now, where you have up and down arrows that are either red or green. And you can just know like if something's high, if something's low, and if something's good to go. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I very, very rarely look at my reports anymore. I don't feel the need to obsess over things. I don't want to understand everything because I feel so good. Being consistent with energy work, emotional work, all the tools Solux has given us has made me get to this place in my life where I'm the healthiest I've ever been. I am the healthiest I've ever been. And I could say that while I was pregnant. I could say that postpartum. Like, I am doing so good. And I really do believe a lot of it has to do with the AOScan, Solex, and then the quantum biology things that I do, which I'll, of course, be sharing about as we keep going on in this podcast. And you can check out my highlight bubbles on Instagram. But I don't look at my scan reports. I don't feel the need to. I don't feel like that's important information for me to be thinking about. And actually, that's what I tell a lot of my clients, a lot of the people who join me, my QLAs. I just say, don't look at them if they overwhelm you at all. If you don't have the heart to like do a bunch of research and figure stuff out, I would not bother looking at your reports. If you have any kind of, if you're a hypochondriac at all, for sure don't look at them, because the things you see on the AOScan are pretty wild. You actually see what's energetically out of balance. And so one of the biggest things people say is like, oh my goodness, I see pathogens and parasites and STDs and viruses and da 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 da. It's okay. It's normal. We're all exposed to everything all the time, and a lot of it can be inherited. And one of the things when you're looking at things from an energetic perspective is we're not taking blood out of the body and looking at something that manifested in the physical already. We are looking at the energetic snapshot in time, and this can be cellular imprints. This can be inherited energy. This can be damage in the tissue from that specific thing. So if a parasite's showing up, it could just be damage in the tissue from the parasite. It can be cellular memory. It can be a lot of different things. And it can be the physical thing. But we don't need to freak out. When we're looking at, if we are going to go look in at our reports, which is such a small part of the AOScan, you're going to have so many things to be supporting your body that I feel like it's better that you focus on doing all of the things more than it is obsessing. But if you do want to look and figure patterns out, which if you're a practitioner, you probably do, we've got awesome resources for you. And Solex does trainings on this all the time. And especially going to our Day of Discovery events, that's where you learn even more, where you can ask questions from the experts. You look for patterns. So I am not worried if I see something alarming show up once. If I were to see that same alarming thing show up consistently over time and not shift its energetic signature, then I would want to take some action steps. I still wouldn't be worried. I would take action steps. So if I see, I don't know, what's something alarming? If I see inflammation in the liver showing up all the time so much, here's what I would do. First, I would optimize the liver over and over and over. So here's something really cool you can do. You can go in and make custom bioresonance scan for yourself. Choose your liver. I would add in the gallbladder for that. Scan it once and then optimize. Just optimize it over and over every day for a while. See what happens. Does it shift? If it doesn't shift, doesn't change energetically, and then you're running your Cepheid frequencies. So then you have a whole nother category. We'll dive into this, a whole nother category within your subscription called Cepheid, Subtle Energy Frequency Imprinter. You have frequencies for anything you can think of, and you select them and you can broadcast them to the body. So for the liver, I would choose liver inflammation, any liver frequencies, and then send them to the body. If I'm still not seeing a shift in the liver, and maybe I'm showing signs of stuff with liver issues, would get a practitioner involved, get some serious help. But you already have so many tools of things to start addressing this energetic thing going on. This is not necessarily saying it's manifested in the physical. This is not a blood test. So then if you went to your practitioner and they got you a blood test, they were seeing stuff going on in your liver, and they were able to say, oh yeah, we definitely need to work on your liver. That's incredible. You can keep working on it from the frequency side and then get expert help too. But most of the time, you're not going to see these crazy patterns of things not shifting. The majority of time, what you see is your scans are different because everything's getting brought back into balance. Things are shifting. Each day, there's a new priority. There's different things you were exposed to. Maybe you were at the grocery store and someone sneezed and you breathed it in. Maybe you touched something. Maybe you were barefoot and exposed to something. Maybe you breathed something in from the sky. Things are going to shift. Things are going to change. And what's so incredible and powerful and empowering that I need you to think about when you have this and when you're using this is I have the ability to balance my body energetically every day. No matter what I'm what's going on in my life. I can address the energy side, I can address the emotions, and I have a whole plethora, a whole huge thing of tools at the palm of my hand that I can use. It's not a diagnostic. It's not a replacement. It's not a cure. It's not a treatment. It's not treating anything, preventing anything, healing anything, but you're bringing things back to homeostasis. Okay. Let's dive into Cephi now, since we kind of touched on that. Cephi, subtle energy frequency imprinter. This was something I asked a lot of practitioners about previously when I would go through different trainings and meet different people. They would talk about how they imprinted a laser with specific frequencies, and so it's special. They imprinted these stickers. They imprinted this. They imprinted that. And I was like, how do you do that? What kind of technology are you using? Oh, it's really expensive. You can't have it. It's for practitioners. It's for doctors. Like, no one would tell me. No one would talk about this really cool technology that some people knew about. They were gatekeeping it. Gatekeeping really cool tech. I'm not going to gatekeep it from you because it's really cool. Cephi, subtle energy frequency imprinter. We have this. You have a frequency generator within this subscription. It transforms your device into a frequency generator. I'm not a quantum physicist. I can't explain this. I'm not a tech. I'm not a programmer. They have amazing programmers in Solex that are helping create all of this and put all of this together so that we have the best of the best. But when this transforms, you log into your AOScan subscription. You literally take the screen of your phone. If you're on the YouTube version, you can see my phone. And you can pick a frequency. That's one that's really cool. How about this? Let's scan and see exactly what I need. Perfect body. That is something I've been working on. I've been really wanting to lose weight. That has been my last thing postpartum. It is harder nursing than you would think, unless you are with me on that, but I actually am seeing positive progress, so that's exciting. Okay, perfect body. This is one that helps, and I need to be more consistent with this, but basically you would just put something on the screen, press start, and the little frequency will go and imprint into whatever you put on the screen. It is next level stuff. And then the frequency of perfect body working to, I'm actually going to press play on this right now so it goes to me nonstop because I should have that going. You'll see with the AOScan, there's just so many things that you can do to support your body and support your family and your loved ones. It's like hard to pick and choose, like, okay, what's today? Abundance or weight or lymphatic or whatever. Like before, my top things were always mold toxicity, and I'd run frequencies for mold to my moldy apartment. And, I'd run abundance frequencies to my wallet and Lyme detox frequencies. And I don't know, I just did so many different things. Mostly were health focused. And then I was also using the scanner so much for clients. I don't take clients at all now. I don't do scans for people unless it's like a very special circumstance or, I meet someone random. Like I was going to a wellness place to use their tech for a while, and I did scans for the owner. It's just random. So now, because you find, I talk about this with my friend Jen. We're like, we get kind of selfish over the AOScan. Like, you don't want to really use it for everyone else or run scans for other people because there's so much you can be doing for your kids and your pets and your family and yourself. But that's the cool part about it too, though. You really are unlimited with it. Like you can put as many clients and pets as you want into the scanner and support them. And you can scan and optimize up to 16 people at a time. You can create frequency groups where you're sending specific frequencies to a group of people, no matter where they are in the world, all at once. I used to run these groups. I would do them for the liver, for peace, calm, and tranquility at Christmas time. I would do different detoxing ones, parasite ones. The parasite ones are wild. Abundance is my favorite, probably my favorite topic to talk about. We'll be definitely talking about abundance a lot in this podcast. The ways you can use this are unlimited. So whether you're just a single person wanting to use this for you and your family, or just you, or you're a practitioner and you're wanting to scale and use this in so many other ways and your mind is racing, you can do it. And there's unlimited ways to use it. And coming up in September, I'll be reporting back. I'll probably do like an episode recap of Day of Discovery 2025 to share all the new things and update you on all the new things added to the scanner, added to our product log of things. We have so many incredible next level biohacking tools. If you're into biohacking at all, this is the company for you. If you are a social media person, like if you're an influencer or you're wanting to be an influencer, take my Instagram course first. But this is the company for you. This is an affiliate program. Let me tell you, I don't know if I'm really an influencer. I don't know. I don't feel like an influencer at all, but I am on social media. I've grown my social media to much more than it used to be. And I have affiliate links. When you sign up as an affiliate, you earn 10% for most. And if you get a good gig, you get 15%. I haven't seen anything more than that. Guess what it is when you're with Solex? When you decide to share this technology with others, you're not only changing their lives and empowering them, and then empowering more people and collectively raising the frequency of the universe, you're earning 465%. What? My mind is still blown. It's still so cool to just think about. And it's not like, so this is a network marketing company, but hold on. If you don't like network marketing, I have news for you. This is different than any network marketing I've ever learned about, tried, been a part of, and I've gotten high in another company, high up level. This is different. This is basically an affiliate program where when you join, you don't have to balance two legs. You don't have to understand the comp plan. All you do is share your link. It's so duplicatable. You become a product of the product. You use it, you share it, you change your life. And if you actually use it, you will see transformation. If you actually use it, if you actually talk about it, if you actually use it, you will change, and the people around you will send you testimony. It's just part of it. People will want it because it's so powerful. You share your link, they sign up, you earn 45 to 65%, and then they join you, and they can do the same thing. And you can build a team, or you don't have to build a team. You don't have any sales quotas. It's just chill. It's just chill and cool and amazing. And why not get paid for sharing something you love? Why not open up the door to abundance? So many times people tell me, well, I'm not a salesperson, or I'm just praying that God gives me abundance. Okay, God does not give us abundance for being lazy. God does not give us abundance for not taking action, and God will give you abundance in the form of an opportunity for you to take action on. Taking aligned action is a huge part of abundance. Winning the lottery is not abundance. It's abundance in a way, but it's not sustainable. It's not something that I believe is really the way God is going to bless most people. God honors hard work. And when you can come into this and have a heart to help people and do the work to learn about it and do the work to get your social media going, if that's the way you want to share about it, which when you join me on my team, you get my Instagram course, you get my social media breakthrough course that I did with my mom, you get my QLA success course, my business course, my vault. You get the most incredible onboarding packet ever. I've joined companies. I've seen the trainings. You don't get this. I've never seen anyone do this. I put together what I wish I would have had. I put together everything I wish I would have known starting out. And I believe if I would have gotten this, no matter what network marketing company I would have been in, I think I would have been extremely successful. So I put this together that you get for free when you join me as a QLA. When you're an active QLA, you get access to it all. When you put in the work, God's going to bless you. And so if you've been waiting for an opportunity, this might be it. If you know someone who's been waiting for an opportunity, if you've been praying for abundance, just think about it and just pray about it, because the way God works is really cool. And a lot of times it's not in the way that we wanted. I never envisioned myself doing this. And look, it's the coolest thing ever. I'm having so much fun, and it's such a blessing to myself, my family, and everyone else. I love getting to be a blessing to other people. And that's what God calls us to do, right? So I could keep going. The last thing I'm going to touch on within the AOScan subscription is mind sync. Mind sync is subconscious reprogramming. God made us so incredibly with a subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the why behind your whole life. When you look around at your reality, your job, your body, your health, your finances, 95 at least percent of that is physically manifested there in your life because of your mindset, your subconscious beliefs. Whatever you subconsciously believe to be true will manifest into your reality. So I can be working my tail off like I was. Okay, it's my example. It's my life. I was working my tail off. I was working so hard. I was on a hamster wheel. I was trying to heal. I wanted to heal. Consciously, I wanted to heal. Consciously, I wanted to change my life. Consciously, I wanted to have time freedom and financial freedom. I wanted to create income. I wanted to get ahead. I didn't want to always be worried about how I was going to pay my bills and my rent. Consciously, I wanted all of that. Subconsciously, I did not believe I was worthy of that. Subconsciously, I had trapped emotions blocking me from that. Subconsciously, I had beliefs that wanting more for my life and wanting abundance was wrong. Subconsciously, I believed that money only came to you with hard work and hustle. I didn't truly subconsciously believe that I could live the most relaxed lifestyle. My life is so relaxed now. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I bring my baby to the pool and the beach. I work during nap time. I do work hard, but I don't hustle. Hard work and burnout are different. Creating income in an easy way. Okay, it's hard to say easy and hard in the same sentence, but I hope you know what I mean. To me, it was much harder for me to be lugging tons of things to an office every day, paying overhead, paying rent, having an office where people had to come in and trading my time for money. That's what I don't do anymore. I don't trade my time for money. And I don't believe you have to either. Changing my subconscious beliefs. What changed that for me? What literally materialized a new reality for me was releasing trapped emotions with both the emotion code and inner voice. Inner voice was like the powerhouse game changer. I always say you can look at my Instagram feed. It would be so hard to scroll back right now, but you can look at my Instagram feed and scroll back and you can see a definitive line of where my creativity came back, where I started feeling okay using my favorite colors, where I was starting to bring my voice back, where I wasn't shrinking myself down anymore. And that's because the subconscious beliefs were changing. So that's kind of the first things you have to do is release the trapped emotions, work on the emotional side. Then you change those beliefs, but it's hard. It's hard to change. I had done a lot of work, learned about the subconscious mind, did EFT tapping, body code, read every self-development book on the market. I love self-development. It's awesome. I think we all should be doing it. I really think it's important. The Christians that tell you to stay away from it want you to stay stuck, or they just don't know. You got to develop yourself. You got to get smarter and wiser, and you've got to work on yourself. You are no good if you are the unhealed version of yourself. How are you supposed to help other people if you're still the unhealed, sick, broke person? As you heal and you get to each new layer, you're going to be able to help multitudes of more people. Keep going, keep changing, keep working on yourself. Okay, I did a lot for my subconscious, but then when AOScan, when Lauren dropped MindSync, everything took off. Everything went to a new level. Everything shifted because I was actually reprogramming the subconscious mind in an extremely streamlined, effective way. What is MindSync? MindSync is a part of the AOScan. You push a button, you record your voice, and you either read teleprompter affirmations already there for you, or you can do your own custom ones. I love to personally look at what I am wanting to shift in my life, what I'm wanting to see change, the things I know I need to work on, and I like to make custom affirmations. And then I work with ChatGPT and kind of make something up for myself, and that's what I listen to, and I'll listen to the same playlist for a while. But make a playlist, you record your voice, but it's not just listening back to your own voice saying affirmations, which listening to your own voice is extremely powerful. There are tons of apps out there, things like BrainTap. I had that. I spent the $600 to get that headset, $30 a month for a subscription, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not the same. And it's someone else talking, which is different, and they don't have the technology AOScan has. As far as I know, nothing on the market compares to this because I've tried it all. I've used it all. I have not seen the results that I have with MindSync. So you have your own voice. It changes the hertz frequency, binaural concepts, and you feel it like in the center of your head. The first time I listened to MindSync, I cried. It was so hard for me to hear my own voice like that. It was really impacting my subconscious. I already knew I didn't love the sound of my own voice, but when I heard it like that, it was a little painful. I encourage you, if you feel that at all, keep going, because this is how you're going to step into a new level of yourself. This is how you're going to start changing the world, is when you can embrace who you are and be proud of it. You can embrace who you are and start changing your life so that you can change other people's lives. And so you can start believing the truth The truth shall set you free. God made you so special. God made you perfectly. And it is, I believe, a sin to not believe that we are made in His image and we are perfect and we are royalty because of Him. And every time you say something about yourself that is negative, I think you are slapping God in the face. And I'm saying that with love because I did. That's what I did. I said so many awful things about myself. And MindSync has been the thing that's helped me change that. MindSync has been the thing that's helped me repeatedly say good and true things about myself over and over and over. You start to hear it replaying in your head as you're going about your day. Some of my favorites to do are biblical affirmations, which I have some of them saved in like my highlight bubbles and stuff. But when you start claiming who you are in Christ, you see a new level. You see stuff shift because you're stepping into your power. You were made to be powerful. Jesus said that we would do things even greater than He did. How are we supposed to do that if we don't believe what's true about ourselves? If we're still believing lies from the enemy, we're going to be so stuck. Okay, so you know how a song gets stuck in your head? And it can be a really dumb song, a really crappy song. That is not what you want replaying in your subconscious. That's actually programming your subconscious mind. This is going to get the good stuff stuck in your subconscious mind. And this is going to start helping you manifest the reality of the desires God put in your heart, things you want to see come to pass. It has been so powerful. This is what really I saw the shift in my social media. It's when it started jumping up and skyrocketing, when things started going viral. It's when my business started to shift. Within a couple months, I had built a really great emotion code, a very profitable emotion code, body code virtual practice. It was awesome. It was great. I felt like I had time freedom then because I hardly worked. I just worked on my clients in the mornings and it was a great life. It was perfect. But I knew there was more. And it's not wrong for you to want more. And it's not wrong for you to help people in a more empowered way or a different way. It's not wrong for you to want to scale and grow. That is a desire God put there for you. Money and success and change and growth are things that can all happen and shift when you change your subconscious. So MindSync is one of those tools that if all you got the AOScan for was that, it would be worth it. Okay, I love MindSync, if you can't tell. I love the AOScan. I love the QLA opportunity, Quantum Living Advocate. If you want to join me as a Quantum Living Advocate, I'm so happy. I will welcome you with open arms. I will be so excited for you to join me and our team. We have so many resources for you. Whether you want to join so your options are joining as a preferred customer or a Quantum Living Advocate. Happy to have you either way. As a preferred customer, you get my beginner's guide to the AOScan course, which is going to help walk you through everything. But of course, I'll be here for questions as well. When you join as a Quantum Living Advocate, you get the business bundle. You get my QLA business bundle that is going to help you be so successful. And you'll get to join a movement. I mean, this is a movement. This is life-changing stuff. This is very exciting stuff and an exciting time to be alive. And it's different. It's different than any network marketing you've ever seen. It's different than any company you've ever seen. It's different than any team you've ever seen. It's different. And I believe because God's been leading the whole way and I want to bring you with. So anyways, that was I think that was enough. I don't want to go so long. I know it's already been almost an hour. So I'll be sure to leave all my information that you could possibly need in the description. I also have recorded webinars that my mom and I have done on my YouTube. I have tons of information on my YouTube channel, Katelyn Simmons Official, on my Instagram, Katelyn Simmons Official, that you can get to learn more. You can also join my free Inner Circle Facebook group where you can ask questions, type, make a post, meet other people. And if you're ready to go, if you are just ready to go, I will include the link with the bundle and the subscription and your QLA membership all in the cart so you can just get signed up. Shoot me a message on Instagram, or once you're signed up, you'll actually have a number that you can text me at. That'll be shown in your back office once you're set up. And you can text me, tell me your name, tell me you signed up, and I will get your resources over to you ASAP. You can get you approved in the Facebook groups and ready to go. You can start working through the courses, start using your scan. As soon as you sign up, you actually can log into the AOScan and start going. So there you go. That is the gist of the AOScan, a little bit of how I use it. I could keep talking about this, honestly, for hours. I could talk about this for hours. So that's why it's mentioned in the other episodes. That's why it's such a huge part of my pages and my Instagram and all the different things. And I hope that you join me. I hope that you join me if you needed the nudge for something new, the new opportunity where you have untapped potential. One of the most incredible things about stepping into an opportunity like this is you have a very low startup cost. There's no sales quota minimums. You have all the tools that you could possibly need to be successful, more than enough. It's a duplicatable system, very duplicatable. You have a community and a group of people on the same journey that will help you. Like, you have our WhatsApp chat too. I forgot about that. You have all these different resources and an uncapped earning potential. What business, what job can you get where you have an uncapped earning potential? Not very many. Not very many. So this is exciting stuff, and I will see you on the next episode. Please follow. I'd love it if you wrote me a great review. I'm just getting started out with podcasting, and it's been so much fun so far, and I want to keep going, and let me know if you like this. Okay, guys, see you next week.
That's a wrap on this episode of the Quantum Mama podcast. If today's conversation expanded your mind, nourished your soul, or lit a fire in your spirit, share it with a friend. Tag Katelyn on Instagram at Katelyn Simmons Official and at the Quantum Mama, and leave a quick review. Don't forget to check the show notes for this episode's featured products, her favorite frequency healing tools, and a free gift. Created to help you go deeper. You were made to thrive, Mama, in wholeness, wealth, and wild alignment. Until next time, keep rising, keep resonating, and keep living the Quantum Mama way.